Climate change is the single biggest threat to our way of life, and government locally and nationally needs to take action urgently to address the situation. If the polar ice caps melt, a very large part of Essex will disappear. When my son was growing up, I took him down regularly to the Malden Prom and to see the sea down there. It will not be there if the polar ice caps melt. My grandchildren potentially will not see Malden Prom if the polar ice caps melt in their lifetime, which is entirely possible, unless we take action now.
Every study says that we have to act now. We've put it off for long enough. Our generation and the generations that have come before it are hugely responsible for this massive climate emergency and ecological emergency that we now face, and we have to act now. It's important that by declaring a climate emergency and an ecological emergency, that these are not just words. The trees can play a huge role in making a difference in climate change. So at the moment we're predicted to have somewhere around a 2-degree temperature increase across the planet. Now that isn't good news. That is really going to cause a huge amount of destruction, whether that's sea levels rising, unpredictable weather patterns, storms like you've never seen. We've already seen some evidence of that kind of stuff going on, with some places experiencing a month's worth of rain in a single day. Even in this country we see those kind of things happening. But if we can reduce that temperature increase to just 1.5 degrees, that half a degree of difference between 1.5 degrees and 2 degrees will make a world of difference. There was a study that came out recently that said trees are probably the single most effective way of doing that.
You get a tree, pop it in like that, hold on to the top, and then use your heel. Hello, I'm Elgan, I'm from Chelmsford City Council, I'm the Parks volunteer leader, and I work across Chelmsford doing lots of different projects, and today we're doing some tree planting, as you can see behind me, and that's part of the Greening Chelmsford project, which is 11,000 trees in total, not quite as many as that today, and it's native species, so we're thinking oak, hazel, hawthorn, things like that.
So I work in sustainability, and one of the big challenges that we have in the UK is we've had a lot of history of being forested, heavily forested, and now we don't have much woodland, and increasing woodland means we can increase biodiversity and generally just make it a greener place to live, which I think is nicer for everybody.
So my name's Shane O'Brien, I am the volunteer assistant. This is our third session of planting trees for the Greening of Chelmsford project. Obviously today we're going to be getting in 1,000 trees hopefully, which is what we've been doing on average for our sessions. And you know, it's an important thing to do, because in terms of taking action against current issues, the average tree by the time it's 40 years of age will mitigate up to a tonne of carbon dioxide. So if you look at 1,000 trees per session, that's a lot of carbon to be mitigated by just average people just doing a good job.
I think trees are important for so many reasons. I mean, they're amazing ways of capturing and storing carbon, but also they're beautiful. It's lovely to walk through a wood, and they change colour with different seasons, so that's always great. I also think just the process of being outside, working with colleagues and students, planting trees is just a really great thing to do.